Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a really important topic retirement planning. More specifically, how much does a couple need to retire comfortably? If you're thinking about your future and wondering if you're on the right track, stick around as we break this all down. Let's get started. So, before we dive into the numbers, let's talk about why retirement planning is so crucial. Most of us spend our lives working very hard, but when it's time to retire, we want to ensure that we can maintain the same quality of life without the stress of financial worries. But here's the catch retirement isn't just about stopping work, it's about replacing your paycheck with your savings and investments. So, how much do you really need to make that transition smoothly? Let's find out. So, to figure out how much money you need, you first need to estimate your future expenses. And while it varies, most people will face a few key costs in retirement. Here's a general breakdown. One, healthcare. Healthcare can be one of the biggest expenses in retirement. As we get older, medical needs tend to increase, and Medicare doesn't cover everything. It's really important to account for premiums, copays, and out of pocket expenses. On average, a couple might spend around $300,000 on healthcare throughout retirement. Number two, housing. Do you plan to downsize or will you keep your current home? You may still have mortgage payments, property taxes, and maintenance costs to consider. Make sure to include these in your retirement budget. Number three, everyday expenses. These include things like groceries, utilities, insurance, and transportation. While some costs may decrease in retirement, like commuting to work, others might actually increase, such as leisure activities, dining out, or traveling. And number four, leisure and travel. Many retirees dream of traveling, so don't forget to factor that in. If travel isn't on your list, you'll still want to allocate some funds for hobbies or other. So now that we know the types of expenses, let's talk about how to calculate how much money you'll need. One of the most common methods is called the 4% rule. This rule suggests that you can safely withdraw 4% of your retirement savings each year without running out of money. So, if you want to know how much you need to retire, here's the formula. Take your annual expenses and multiply it by 25. For example, if you need $50,000 a year to live comfortably, you'll need 50,000 times 25, which equals to $1.25 million in savings. This is the total amount of money you need to retire. Here's the thing inflation is a real concern. Over time, the cost of living increases, so it's important to factor in inflation when planning for retirement. Historically, inflation has averaged around 3% per year, which means the amount of money you'll need to live comfortably in 30 years could be significantly higher than today's numbers. So, while the 4% rule is a great starting point, you should consider how inflation will affect your future expenses. Now, let's consider a few factors that could affect how much you need to retire. First thing, your retirement age. The earlier you retire, the longer your retirement will last, and the more you'll need to save. If you're planning to retire at 60, you'll need to fund more years of retirement than if you retire at 65. Number two, Social Security and pensions. Do you have a pension or plan to rely on Social Security? This can significantly reduce the amount you need to save. However, be cautious. Social Security may not be enough to cover all of your expenses, especially if you're hoping for a more luxurious retirement. Number three, investment strategy. Your investments will play a huge role in growing your retirement fund. The sooner you start saving and the more you invest wisely, the less you'll have to rely on your principal. Consider working with a financial advisor to help maximize your returns. Number four, lifestyle choices. How you plan to live in retirement will also impact your savings goal. Do you dream of traveling the world or living in a small cabin in the woods? Your lifestyle choices will determine how much you'll need. Saving for retirement can feel very overwhelming, but as a couple, you have some advantages. Here are a few tips to help you save more efficiently as a team. Number one, start early. The earlier you begin saving, the more time your money has to grow. Even small contributions made in your 20s or 30s can snowball over time thanks to compound interest. Number two, maximize contributions. Take full advantage of your employer's 401k or other retirement accounts, especially if they match your contributions. This is essentially free money, so don't leave it on the table. Number three, diversify your investments. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify your investments to reduce risk and increase your potential for returns. Number four, create a budget and stick to it. Retirement savings doesn't happen overnight. Create a budget and commit to saving a percentage of your income each month. Set short term and long term goals. And number five, review your plan regularly. Life changes, and so should your retirement plan. Review it annually and adjust your savings rate, investment strategy, or target retirement age if needed. Retirement planning isn't a one size fits all formula. Every couple's needs are different, and factors like your lifestyle, health, and income will play a huge role in determining how much you need to retire. But by following some of the tips and guidelines we talked about today, you can get a good sense of what it will take to make your retirement dreams a reality. I hope this video was very helpful. If you have any questions or would like more tips on retirement planning, drop them in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more financial tips and advice. Thanks for watching, and here's to a very comfortable and stress-free retirement. See you next time.